Hey, it's Ubu, and today we're playing a game called The Smiling Man Remake. I actually never played the original game, but I've always wanted to try it. So when I saw a remake today, I was like, cool, let's try it out. So you can find the game on itch.io, and it's developed by Noxus Games Studios, as you can see in the bottom right corner. So I don't really know what you do in this game. I think you just kind of survive in your little town or something and avoid this smiling man who is terrifyingly creepy on this main menu here. Anyways, yeah, I'll leave a link in the pinned comment below for you to check it out for yourself. But first, we're going to play it and see how it goes. And, yeah, I don't think I have much else to say about it. So let's hit play. Alternate story or main story? Well, since I've never played it, we're going to play the main story and see how it goes. That was a really good main menu. That was sick, dude. Noxus Game Studio presents The Smiling Man. Alright. Developed by Diego Victor. A man with two first names. 3D models made by El Boldero. I don't know. Story told by Blue Title. Wow, this is intense. Sorry, I have an eyelash that's bothering me. Inspired by the short story film by Michael Evans. AI made by Sven. I assume they mean like enemy behavior, which has been in games forever, so. Don't freak out when you hear AI. Oh, yeah. Anyways, some years ago, I lived in the center of a large city in the USA. As I have always been a night person, I often got bored after my roommate, who was decidedly not a night person, went to bed. To pass the time, I used to take long walks and spend time thinking. Thinking? I spent 4 years like that, walking alone at night. I never once had a reason to feel afraid. I always used to joke with my roommate that even the drug dealers in the city were polite. But all of that changed in just a few minutes of one evening. It was a Wednesday, somewhere between 1 and 2 in the morning, and I was walking near a police-patrolled park quite a ways from my apartment. It was a quiet night, even for a weeknight, with very little traffic and almost no one on foot. The park, as it was most nights, was completely empty. Okay. I don't recommend walking around randomly in the middle of the night like that. Just, I don't care where you live. Uh, Weird stuff happens after midnight. Okay. Pretty simple controls. Wednesday, 2 a.m. Very quiet. I guess that's the point of being alone in a dark, scary park in the middle of the night. I guess just walking until something happens. Okay, after a long time of walking, it's been a long time. I'm tired. I'd better go home. Alrighty then. We're in some kind of city. Wow, that's a very quiet car. Must be a hybrid. Scan lines are kind of crazy. I was walking down a small street to get back to my apartment when I first noticed it. At the end of the street, there was the silhouette of a man dancing. Where? I don't see it. Maybe it's up here? Okay, here we go. It was a strange dance. As he danced, he took a step forward. I guess you could say he was dancing, coming straight towards me. Ooh, God. Gross. It's more of a saunter. Hey. Hey. Oh my God. He danced closer still until I could make out his face. His eyes were open wide and wild head tilted back slightly, looking off at the sky. His mouth was formed in a painfully wide cartoon of a smile. Alright. It reminds me of a character from, like, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I took my eyes off of him to cross the empty street. Okay. It's like, I'm gonna go around you, buddy. He had stopped dancing and was standing with one foot in the street, perfectly parallel to me. He was facing me, but still looking skyward. Smile still wide on his lips. No thanks. We're leaving. Oh, okay. I was just turning around and it, like, did it for me. This is a super creepy city, by the way. He had crossed the street and was now crouching slightly. I was so shocked that I just stood there for a while, looking at him. Oh my gosh! That's weird. That is so weird. He's like, I'm gonna get you. He took giant, exaggerated steps on tiptoe like a cartoon character sneaking up on someone. Only he was moving very, very fast. Oh my God, can I please move? It won't let me move! Ooh. What the frick do you want? What the frick do you want? Oh, I guess nothing. Back into the shadows he returns. Jesus. Okay. Oh my God, it's like full on sprinted out of the darkness. I don't know if we're gonna make it. I don't know where we're going. I'm definitely not turning around. I'm gonna sprint until something happens. Into the dark we go. Okay, I ran until I got off the side road and back onto a well-lit, low-traffic road. When I looked back, he was nowhere to be found. Throughout the rest of the way home, I kept looking over my shoulder, always expecting to see his stupid smile, but he was never there. I lived in that city for 6 months after that night and never went out for a night stroll again. There was something about his face that haunted me. He didn't look drunk, he didn't look high, he looked completely and utterly insane. That's a very, very scary thing to see. Yes, it is. Completely unhinged. Okay, so that was the main story. Not too bad, honestly. I don't mind the writing of it too much. I think it's actually just kind of like a nice little short story. And, yeah. I think I might share the rest of my thoughts after the alternate story here. I'm not really sure what this is, so we'll see what happens. That was rather short, about 10 minutes. One night I went to the market to buy something to eat. I did this for a few times a week, not only to purchase food, but also to appreciate the nighttime tranquility. But this time was different. I came face to face with evil in its most sinister form, a tall man smiling and radiating a terrifying energy. I left a bit later than usual that night. it was 2 a.m. After that night, when I never went out again at that hour. So this isn't like, okay, so it's just an alternate like scenario, like I'm going to the store rather than like I like to walk in the park and 2 a.m. for no reason. Okay, we have objectives this time. Interesting. Enter. Enter game. Go to the market. Okay. I think this might be the type of story that I have seen people play before, like the original game. So maybe this is the alternate story is the original game. That's pretty cool. Dear God. There he is. Okay, he's just standing there. I like his, because I'm pretty sure his model used to be different. Like he had like a top hat on, like kind of a green suit, you know, a little bit different, like plaid or whatever you want to call that. But he's a pretty scary looking dude. Now I think before he was kind of goofy, but what kind of weird place is this? You walk out of a subdivision onto a dirt embankment here. It's kind of weird. Hey, a phone booth. Really cool, dude. Walking a long ways to go to the store, good lord. Oh, here we go. Quick Mart. Pick up something to buy. Ooh. Always like seeing these kind of weird texture models for food and stuff. What was that? There was something there I could buy. Where'd it go? Oh. Oh. View food to buy. Okay. Special meal shopping list. Pay for what you pick up. Okay. Healthy shopping list. I want some barbecue, y'all. That's what I want. Let's do that one. Do they got all this stuff up in here, or is that already... Did I pick it all up? Hello, sir. Good evening. It was $30.50. Hey. Here is my money, clerk. I will now return home. Goodbye. I hope nothing happens to me on the way home. Yep. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good walk every, you know, now and then, but people be crazy. You don't need to be walking out in the street in the middle of the night like this. Just stay home. Have something delivered or something. Or just wait till the next day. Why are we buying barbecue stuff at, like, whatever time it is? Okay, we got some weird ambience happening. I'm a little nervous. I don't remember where we live. Jesus Christ, you son of a biscuit. God almighty, dude. I jumped a little bit. I mean, that kind of got me, so. Okay, we're going to the market again. Jesus, dude. His model is really scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's really odd that he doesn't really behave like a person. He looks like a person. What you call the uncanny valley. Dear God. Oh no! I can't move. Why am I just standing here? What the frick do you want? I don't even know why that's a dialogue choice. That's really weird. There he goes, back to where he came from. And then I assume he's gonna chase us. I'm looking down. Okay. Do I dare walk this way, or do I cross the street? Okay. Ah! What happened? How did I die? I was running away. What does that mean? Was I supposed to keep running to the store? Oh god, don't start me over. That's kind of weird. Maybe I did it wrong. Okay, now I'm running. What the hell? Can you not outrun him? Am I not understanding what's going on? Huh? Let me go this way. Oh, there he is. Oh, okay. Oh, shiz, dude. I don't understand how you're supposed to outrun him. Is this not working the way it should? What if I run at him? Hey, look how fast he is. He's still hitting me. Yeah, what the hell, dude? That just doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna try a couple more times, but I don't really. What if I just go home? Because this isn't working. Where's my home? Nope, won't let me. It would make sense to be like, no, I'm just going home. I don't want to go to the store anymore. Interesting. If we get a wide angle on him. Oh, can't do that. Okay. Oh, I hit something. I might not make it now. Oh. I assume he's right behind me. Okay, I think I might have done it. Oh dear God. It's a good idea. Too bad they can see in here. Man, they freaking murdered the heck out of him. He got massacred. I have a key. Oh, a car. Get in the car. Ringy-giggy. Getting the heck out of Dodge, you know what I'm saying? It'd be crazy if we just like ran him over. Whoa. Good ending. Cool music. I like that a lot. The Smiling Man. Pretty cool stuff. story inspired by Michael Evans' short horror film. I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't know there was a short film. Thank you very much for playing. You're welcome. Thank you for the game. All right. So I assume there's some kind of bad ending. There are multiple endings apparently to this, but I think I'm just gonna leave it there. I'll leave it up to you to find the different endings. So far, I haven't played very many. I wouldn't say maybe very many narrative-driven games. Maybe I have, but I'll play a lot of backrooms games and stuff like that where I feel like this game came across as just more like a narrative game where there is a little bit of gameplay, but it's more or less trying to tell a story more than anything, which I find pretty interesting in my opinion. I like to read stuff, even though sometimes I like stumble over my words like really bad. I've been working on my diction because I think early on in my YouTube adventure here, I would have videos where I'm just like, blah, 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 I can't read. But, I think I've gotten a lot better anyways. So I like reading things, just really getting into it and doing voices and stuff like that. I've always liked doing stuff like that, just being goofy, I guess. But, yeah, I like how this is mostly narrative driven. It's a lot more relaxing to just sort of read something every once in a while. And then maybe walk around and, see some things happen according to what you're reading. I will say that the main story I think is better delivered and just more interesting in general. Obviously, the alternate story I believe is the original game, which at the time I think it's been out for a while. Is it's just a simplistic game and there's nothing wrong with that. But I like what they did with the remake in the main scenario. Just being in the city feels a little bit more creepy for some reason because I think the impression of being in a big city gives you this feeling that there should be people around, but there's not. When you don't see anyone around, that makes it kind of weird, in my opinion. It's like being in an empty mall. It's weird. Anyways, and I think the Smiling Man, being his strange self, is definitely effective. He has a very haunting visage on his face, and or visage's face, basically. Anyways, and I like his weird movements and dancing and stuff that he does. It just gives also this really unsettling sort of feeling that he's just not operating like a normal person should, really. Especially out in the middle of the night. It's very odd to be out there doing something like that. And yeah, I think he's a pretty effective creepy man. I can see this kind of game and this character being expanded upon narratively. I don't know if there needs to be much gameplay associated with this sort of figure. I think we get a lot of like super scary monster games, that are like trying to like expand their lore constantly, and it makes it a little bit like complicated for no reason, a little bit convoluted. I think having just a creepy figure just be a creepy figure, and then use your writing around him to sort of expand upon his lore rather than like changing too much of the gameplay mechanics. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic. But that's just my opinion. Like I could think the Smiling Man could put him in different scenarios with different perspectives and different environments. Keep the gameplay simple, and then maybe just expand a little bit on the storytelling with him. And I think it would be really effective personally, because I think this is great already. And it's really short. And sometimes short is good too. Short and sweet and to the point. I appreciate that a lot. I don't, it really depends on your perspective and your overall creative vision of how you want to do something like this. Just in general, as a horror writer, I assume is kind of difficult. I actually plan to possibly narrate some horror stories on my channel here soon, maybe once a week or something like that. I haven't really planned it out yet, but it'd be something I wanted to do just to add a little bit of variety in my channel. You can just sit there and listen to me read something if that's what you're into, rather than watching me play a game. Then that'll be there for you, and I think it'll be pretty fun. I've already reached out to some people to use their stories, and yeah, we'll figure that out. So a game like this, ironically, just happened to be kind of around what I was looking for about reading, just a little nice story about some creepy thing occurring like this. So I look forward to seeing more from this developer. I think they have a lot of potential with this character and just the overall approach to this style of game. So I usually talk about, I've already talked a lot. I usually talk about audio, visual, and mechanics in games when I review them here at the end. Visually, the game is fine. I don't have much to say about it. It's pixelated graphics. It's got some scanline, VHS sort of filter going on. I'm not a huge fan of VHS filters. This one's okay. It's not too grating. It's not too harsh on the eyes, so I appreciate that. I have really nothing else to say about the visuals. Audio-wise, the game is also pretty simplistic. Like I already mentioned, the game is more narrative-driven than anything. It's got some music, which I enjoy. I like the music a fair bit. Some ambient music, you know, ambient tones to sort of give you this sense of tension and dread, I think works pretty well as it can. You know, it does a good job there. And mechanics are just reading and then running away from the Smiling Man. Pretty simple. I'm not sure what was going on in the alternate story of just not being able to escape him. He was a little too quick or something about his, I don't know what you'd call it, his pathing is like too close to when he first starts chasing you. So something happens between you and him, some kind of, whatever the rubber band is between you, the magnetic pull between you is like weird. I don't know what you'd call it, but so weirdly enough, running off to the side a little bit just gave me enough to get to the marketplace. So just try that if you're having trouble. So yeah, mechanically the game's pretty simple, but that's okay, like I already described. So anyways, I think my judgment for the Smiling Man remake is I would say it's very good. I had a good time with it, and it was a lot of fun. So I recommend you try it out for yourself and form your own opinion, and tell the developer what you think. I'm sure they'd really appreciate that. And tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this game, and what you think of my content. I'd appreciate that. Don't forget, if you want to join the Pale Moth Society, hit subscribe, and like, and comment, and share the video as well. That will help me a lot. That'd be really nice. And yeah, don't forget to check the pinned comment below for the link. Check it out for yourself. I can't remember if I just said that, but anyways, yeah, I think that's all I have to say about it. Pretty cool game. So thanks for hanging out with me. And don't forget, the Pale Moth is always watching.